This season of American Idol is not being well received by viewers. On social media, fans frequently talk about the positive, negative, and ugly. This time, they were expressing dissatisfaction with the show's structure and how they believe speed dating isn't helping the singing competition, rather than the judges. What are they all saying? To learn all the specifics, continue reading. Many aspects of the current season are unsatisfactory to American Idol fans. The 3-hour faith-based show has drawn criticism from fans. The judge Carrie Underwood has also been the subject of several complaints. They are now utilizing social media to voice the displeasure with the format the show has been adopting. Fans worry that the program is moving too quickly this season. Some people believe that they should spend more time on the top 10 and their backstories and that they spend too much time on auditions. On social media, one fan expressed how much they adore the competitors this season, but laments that they only get to spend 3 weeks with them. That served as a springboard for discussions among fans regarding a variety of topics, including potential winners for the current season. They also discussed how, rather than being the competition it once was, the program now seems to be more of a popularity battle. Social media presence, among other factors, influences fan voting. Some people think that judges no longer seem to have much influence on the outcome. It's a competition for popularity. I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of them returned home the next week at this point. The judges have lost all authority, and if you lack the following, talent is meaningless. Matty or John may win it all. However, I suspect that John will ultimately prevail. The nation's vote counts. I would rather they simply begin with less competitors, went less to Hollywood and less to Disney, no Platinum Circus, and just gave us a top 10 that they hand over to America Votes, if they truly require such a short run for the program in this period. And return to 1 elimination every week, adding backstories to fill in the gaps until America begins voting. They spent so much time at auditions by bringing in everyone's whole city, again reciting the same backstories, etc. So it's really ridiculous to eliminate 4 every week once we actually get to lives. Speed dating on American Idol ABC is simply not for you. Many fans have enjoyed watching country music icon and American Idol winner Carrie Underwood take over as a judge. But there are also those people here who dislike her. In fact, if she returns for another season, a large number of them are threatening to boycott the program. She pushed for the program to produce the 3-hour faith-based episode, which is part of the reason they dislike her. On Easter Sunday, this special was shown. According to earlier statements from insiders, several crew members did not agree with it and thought it was improper. Still, a lot of people thought it was a great idea. Since relocating to Los Angeles, Carrie Underwood has already talked about how difficult it is for her to communicate her beliefs. She had the opportunity to sing it out and with pride thanks to this special. Anticipation is in the air, a familiar hum that has been filling American living rooms for more than 20 years. Ryan Seacrest's silky voice greets fans to another season of dreams and vocal fireworks as the lights go down and the recognizable American Idol logo flashes across the screen. However, that early exhilaration is becoming more and more tinged with resentment for a growing portion of the show's devoted fan base. The cause of the dissatisfaction. The redesigned audition procedure, which is lovingly and frequently mockingly called speed dating. The way contestants showcase their skills to the prestigious judging panel, which consists of Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie, has changed significantly this season as well as the previous several. The lengthy, sometimes emotionally charged individual auditions that were a key component of American Idol's early popularity are no longer there, or at least greatly reduced. Do you recall the unpolished nerves, the unsteady voices getting used to their new roles, and the moving tales being told in front of the judges' critical eyes? These times when promise and vulnerability meet are now frequently condensed into little minutes. Rather, the program has adopted a rapid-fire structure, presenting several competitors in fast succession, with their backstories sometimes condensed into a few sound bites and their performances cut down to snatches. The comparison of speed dating is appropriate. It's a blur of voices, faces, and fleeting exchanges. A vocalist takes the stage, performs a verse and chorus, gets a quick evaluation, and is either given a golden ticket or a courteous no. It feels like there is less emotional commitment and a chance for viewers to follow a contestant's journey from the start. Furthermore, the show's most important audience, its fans, are using social media, internet forums, and comment sections to loudly and plainly express their opinions. They are calling for a significant overhaul and a return to the structure that, in their opinion, made American Idol the cultural phenomenon it was. The main source of fan annoyance is the participants' seeming shallowness and lack of personal connection. Viewers were given access to the whole audition process in the early seasons. We witnessed the aspirants come, frequently exuding an anxious aura. We listened to their tales of overcoming adversity and clinging to dreams. We saw the triumphant and heartbreaking moments, as well as the rough, unrefined performances. The audience was able to empathize with the competitors, support them, and become emotionally engaged in their achievement because to these protracted auditions. Compare it to the format as it is now. After a candidate arrives and sings for maybe 30 seconds, the camera moves on to the next hopeful. A soundbite about their love of music and a little look into their past may be given to us, but it comes out as shallow. There isn't enough time to fully comprehend their journey, recognize the subtleties of their performance, or fully comprehend the significance of the judges' criticism. You see the photos, but you don't have time to take in the intricacies or experience the feelings they evoke. It's like skimming through a photo book at breakneck speed. Throughout the season, this disconnect has repercussions. Viewers are less likely to develop an emotional attachment to the competitors as they go in the tournament if they don't make that first emotional commitment. Since the public hasn't had a chance to get to know the singers well, the live performances, the competition's centerpiece, feel less powerful. It gets more difficult to choose a favorite, to experience the excitement of their advancement, or to feel the pain of their removal. Because there is less of a personal connection, the stakes seem lesser. Dissatisfaction is rife in the internet conversation. Trending hashtags include Idolnedchange and Bring Back Full Auditions. Fans are complaining about the loss of the traditional Idol experience on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. One fan said, "It seems like they're just hurrying through everyone," in a Facebook page devoted to the program. "Some of those auditions used to make me cry, but now it's just over before it even starts. I miss seeing the full performance, the judges' full reactions," another person commented. "For me, this speed dating isn't working. I don't feel connected to the competitors." Concerns of fairness and the judges' capacity to accurately evaluate skill are also raised by the speed dating approach. It is difficult to assess a singer based on a shortened performance in a high-pressure setting, even when the judges are unquestionably knowledgeable and talented. It might be challenging to completely comprehend subtle voice subtleties, dynamic range, and audience connection in a brief outburst. Supporters fear that gifted people may be passed over if they didn't provide a television-ready sample during the quick audition. Additionally, how the audience views the competitors is greatly influenced by the editing. A more realistic representation of the candidates was made possible in the early seasons by the longer audition process. The editing crew now has a great deal of control over the story because to the rapid-fire approach. They have the power to emphasize some events, minimize others, and basically influence how the public views each competitor. Even while editing is an essential component of television production, the way it is now done seems to put volume and speed ahead of authentic narrative and highlighting talent. There is more to the supporters' call for change than just nostalgia. It acknowledges that the show's fundamental attraction is being diminished by its present format. At its best, American Idol told the tale of an average person with a remarkable voice discovering their place in the limelight through their journey, change, and story. The most fascinating aspect of that journey, the first spark, the untapped potential, the point at which aspirations start to take off, seems to be lost in the speed dating style. The speed dating approach has an effect that goes beyond the participants' emotional bond. It also has an impact on the show's overall rhythm and plot. Once the season's high point, the audition episodes are now a whirlwind of unforgettable moments and exceptional performances. After the program concludes, it is difficult to remember individual auditions or candidates since they all mix into a quick succession of voices and faces. It is more difficult to create enthusiasm and discussion about the program when there aren't any memorable moments, which may eventually affect viewership and its cultural significance. Fans are proposing solutions rather than simply whining. For many of the applicants, the most frequent request is a return to lengthier, more thorough auditions. They would like to witness more of the competitors' backstories, the whole performances, and the uncut exchanges with the judges. Although they acknowledge that not all auditions may be lengthy segments, they think a balance must be struck. Maybe spend more time highlighting the most intriguing or promising candidates while still giving a sneak peek at others. Adding extra, golden ticket, opportunities to the lengthy auditions is another recommendation. In the early seasons, the excitement and delight of a candidate winning a golden ticket to Hollywood was a potent moment. Viewers found great resonance in witnessing their sincere response, their happy tears, and their relief following months or years of arduous struggle. The effect of this important milestone is lessened by the present style, which frequently depicts a speedy ticket handoff. Additionally, fans recommend adding additional, behind-the-scenes, video to the audition process. Display the competitors' preparation, their anxiety, and the encouragement they are getting from their loved ones. By giving the audience a peek into their life outside of the audition room, they may strengthen their bond with the audience. Despite their brilliance and charisma, the current judging panel is perceived as being influenced by the speed dating style. Even though their comments are frequently intelligent, they come out as hurried and condensed. The more thorough criticism and sincere emotional reactions that were a defining feature of previous judging panels are missed by fans. The judges could give more thorough input and the public could see the complete emotions if the audition process was lengthier. The network executives and creators of the program are certainly aware of the dissatisfaction among the fans. It is difficult to overlook the number and ferocity of the criticism on social media, which is a potent indicator of public sentiment. Whether they will respond to the call for change is the question. The choice to use the speed dating style was probably made in order to highlight more competitors, maintain a quick tempo, and satisfy viewers who are thought to have shorter attention spans these days. The criticism, however, is that they have compromised the same qualities that made American Idol a cherished institution in their quest for volume and speed. The irony is that they could be upsetting the core fan base that has been a pillar of the program for years by attempting to attract a wider, possibly younger audience with a speedier format. These are the fans who consistently tune in, cast their votes for their favorite shows, and create excitement for the program. Ignoring their worries is a dangerous tactic. The call for change is not an exhortation to go back to the past exactly as it was. Since television production has changed, various adjustments are required to maintain the show's relevance and freshness. Fans, however, are calling for a review of the present structure and an acknowledgement that the speed dating strategy is impeding the show's capacity to engage its viewers and meaningfully display talent. American Idol's popularity has always been based on its capacity to display exceptional talent and create gripping tales. Kelly Clarkson's raw strength, Fantasia Barrino's lyrical sincerity, and Carrie Underwood's rural charm were among the many memorable auditions from the early seasons. Millions of people were moved and captivated by these tryouts, which were more than just performances. By its very nature, the speed dating model hinders the emergence of moments like these that connect with the viewer. The fans' fervent request for reform is an attempt to restore American Idol's enchantment. They want more than a quick peek. They want to see the whole picture. They wish to have a more profound connection with the competitors. The thrill, the vulnerability, and the victory that were formerly associated with the performance are what they want to experience. The willingness of American Idol to pay attention to its viewers may determine the show's destiny. Even while it could be more effective from a production perspective, the speed dating model is really hurting the viewing experience. The message from the fans is clear. A significant change is needed since the existing strategy is failing. It's unclear if the network and producers will heed this call, but it could be crucial to the singing competition's survival and future success. A strong cry that is reverberating throughout the country is for American Idol to return to its core values of exhibiting talent with nuance, passion, and connection. The fans are holding out hope that their favorite program would pay attention and change in a way that will restore the enchantment they have been missing. The producers are under pressure to bring about the change that fans so strongly want, and the stage is prepared for a possible shift. The destiny of the golden ticket and the associated hopes might be at stake.